I do some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a car shot. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up quick draw. Him drop and can't get up, him not fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the Dan brace for your firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better with your black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad fancy, I do some archbishop. Them no bad. School them from me in a carkish. Them no bad. Fool couldn't test the way me raw sit up drop. One can't beat up, no fast enough for my Bible that you never solve. Send for the brand race for your firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better with your phone. None of them boy, they no bad. Left a mark, young gog on a regular. We say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a boss, I know Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with an airstrike. They not bad like my air nice. It's a rare sight, yeah. Steady aim with precision, make the vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. Them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Road back, live with my bar. If you mark, them no bad. On the regular, we see them hard, them no bad. Me a new type of artillery. Me a bust, I know Tom and Jerry. Out the blue, you with the airstrike, they no bad. Me air nice, clear sight. Steady aim, they no bad. And it's the vision, we got clear sight. Better get perfect, them boy, they no bad.
Welcome back to the number one racing podcast in the whole world. Well, maybe just number one in our hearts. The Indy Boys Racing Podcast. I'm joined with my incredible co-hosts, Daniel Cheney and Justin Cox. My name is Tristan Grider. Guys, we're back. Episode number 12. We took kind of an off week. Last week we had a show, but it was an exclusive interview with James Hinchcliffe. If you haven't watched that one, guys, one of the best interviews, if not the best interview we've had on the Indy Boys podcast. We talked everything from Dancing with the Stars to the basic, classic gas station question to what it's like to be in the NBC booth, and also talked about some social media stuff. So it was a really good talk. Thanks again to Hinch for being on the show last week. But firstly, with a fresh new cut, Jay Cox, how you doing today, brother?
You already know. Got the cut.
The Indy page can't make fun of you anymore.
That's true. They cannot.
They'll find new material.
Yeah, they'll find new material. They'll probably say I look like John Cena or something. I don't know. Because I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because his hair kind of looks like mine. But
oh no, where'd Jake go?
Oh no,
I don't see him.
Shoot, I'm right here. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've been chilling. Got the fresh cut. Did some homework today. Got off work early, luckily today, so I did some homework, and then yeah, I don't know. I thought the INDYCAR race this week was pretty good. I wasn't really captivated by the NASCAR race this past weekend at all.
No, it kind of sucked.
I haven't really been captivated by NASCAR all year recently. I'm not gonna lie to you.
However, this is the first race of the season where ratings have actually been up.
Yeah,
which is something we'll talk about later, but
yeah,
that's usually an effect.
Yeah, other than that, I've been all right. I've been chilling. I'm kind of tired today, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I've been playing a lot of WWE 2K23 too, so that's pretty fun. But
I've
We
been
are
slowly
all-
getting Jay back into wrestling.
We're all WWE stands. Also, can we talk about the fact that SmackDown and like Raw, like a couple SmackDowns ago, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, how bad it was.
Oh,
No, the
it was
Raw
terrible.
after WrestleMania
The
sucked.
Raw after WrestleMania. The
SmackDown was
No,
fine.
I thought the Raw after WrestleMania was pretty good though.
What?
I thought it was pretty good, but that was my first Raw in a long time as well, though.
That's fair.
So
For
Wait, well, then
context,
I'd say-
for context, for the past few months before that, it had actually been like really good.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was my first Raw back in a long
The
time.
best
I'm just
part of the
saying,
night
so,
though
yeah.
was the Sammy and KO versus Montez Ford, and
Mm.
that one was
Yeah.
good.
But,
I like that I'm just converting you two slowly but surely into wrestling fans.
well, I mean, growing up, I was always a wrestling fan and stuff. So but
Mm.
I don't know. I just kind of had grown out of it for a while. But here,
I'm just
recently,
reeling
I've
you
been-
back in, bro.
Yeah, here recently, I've been really big into it for some reason. I don't know, but yeah. So Daniel, this is not Indie Boys Wrestling Podcast.
I was literally just about to say, I was like, I know this
What's up,
seems like it's the
Daniel?
Indie Boys Wrestling podcast.
But what's up,
um,
Daniel?
Yeah, everything's going pretty good. Slow few weeks, you know. I'm in college, it's almost finals, you know. Slowing down, getting a little stressful. But racing keeps going on, and it keeps being pretty good. INDYCAR especially. I know I'm biased, but INDYCAR is good. Hasn't been as good as the first two races, but that was a really high bar to cross. So I'm glad that's not seeming to turn too many people off from the fact that this race was still good. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. I got to watch a little bit of NASCAR, not too much NASCAR, but I watched like recaps and stuff and kind of saw the social media opinion. A lot of people were negative about the race. From what I saw, I didn't think it was like terrible. I thought it was like fine.
It was Martinsville.
Yeah, it was.
The short
it was
track package
fine.
is still ass. So I mean, like,
Yep.
it's fine. It's just whatever.
Hey, but you know what? You know where we're going this week.
Talladega.
Talladega,
Talladega, baby. We're about to have a good NASCAR race.
True.
Hopefully.
Hope,
Knocking
yeah,
on
you
wood.
just
Going
jinxed
to-
it. No, you just
digga,
jinxed
digga,
it.
digga,
You
digga.
just jinxed it.
Hey,
Talladega.
the next gen has been good on super speedways.
Somewhat.
We'll
That's
have
alright.
some good
Pretty good.
questions about.
They can't run a third lane normally though. So
No,
Yeah,
that's true.
it's not perfect, but it's enjoyable.
It is enjoyable. All right. Well, we have a full show, guys. We're going to talk all about the NASCAR Martinsville weekend. We're going to do some highlights of that. And then we're going to talk all about the dominance of the maiden victory of Kyle Kirkwood. Because incredible. Let's talk about those weekend winners. Firstly,
Guys, may I have my wee hooping moment? I called it.
you did call it. You did
I
call
said
it.
in the group chat weeks ago, it'll happen at a street course. It'll
did say that.
happen
You
at
did
a
say that.
street course.
It did happen. Kyle Kirkwood takes the victory at Long Beach, and then in the NASCAR Top 3 National Series in the Truck Series, Corey Heim won a rain-shortened race. John Hunter Nemechek burned his car down and won in Xfinity, his second win of the season. And then in the Cup Series, Kyle Larson drove away for his second win of the season. In my opinion, he wasn't the best car out there this weekend, but he got the win when it counted. All right, let's go into our NASCAR news.
alrighty, we're in there.
All right, plenty of news this weekend, guys. Like, there's some pretty big news, but also like a little bit of like smaller news. But like, we'll see how this kind of goes. Corey Heim, guys, we just talked about him. He's gonna run his Xfinity Series debut for Sam Hunt Racing at Dover. This is a very exciting thing because Corey Heim, he's very good in the Truck Series, and I think he could be kind of like a Sammy Smith, maybe a Ty Gibbs in the Cup Series. And I think he's going to be a future champion in the Xfinity Series. So maybe not in the Cup Series, but I could see big things for Corey Heim. So Corey to run that number 24. David Starr is going to return to Xfinity with Our Motorsports at Talladega, and he teased Cup starts. What? So this is a little strange. David Starr might be doing some Cup starts as well. Probably like
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Kinda interesting. I
I
don't
would
really know
assume
about that one.
probably Rick Ware maybe, but I don't know.
Rick Ware needs some drivers right now, so I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
If,
Yeah, that's
we'll get
fair.
on to that. in a second. All right, next. This one's a little bit of a rumor. and I don't really know if this is a thing or not, but Snake River Racing
Yeah, I saw
popped up on
this.
Twitter. The number 59. And if you guys don't know what Snake River is, it is a river that flows all the way by our homie Stingray's old house in Idaho. This team popped up on Twitter. We've been seeing a lot of these teams kind of popping up recently, like fake truck series teams, fake like the 59 is such a weird number.
Mhm.
And
The design looked cool. The font.
I looked up Snake River Racing, and like there are some Snake River like go-kart racing leagues. So maybe that's this, but if you are asking
Well,
me
on the Twitter
to-
they have
yeah.
on the Twitter they have a post with the Xfinity logo under it. So like they're
Yeah.
literally declaring Xfinity, like it's not like go-karting. And when I was making the little like graphics and stuff for like the episode today, when I looked up Snake River, like I saw a bunch of like boating stuff. Like
Mhm.
like it was like boating or something. I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard of
I
it
have no
before,
idea,
so-
but this could be the next team Kyle Weatherman drives for at this point. I have no
There
idea.
it is.
All
There it is.
right, but Snake River Racing might happen, might not. If you're asking me and the boys, probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, Cup Series guys, we're gonna go in. We're gonna start a little big. Cody Ware, if you guys haven't heard this news, driver the number 51 for Rick Ware Racing, has been suspended indefinitely from NASCAR due to multiple assault charges. Don't really want to get into too much detail because we don't like to go in that much detail like this kind of controversies and arrests on the show. But Ware is suspended and his career is basically over in the NASCAR Cup Series. So we will probably never see Ware run in the 51 again. This could mean a lot of things for Rick Ware Racing in the future. There are some that are saying that Ware will probably shut down his Cup Series program in the next couple of seasons, but you do have to run the remainder of the season because you have charters. A couple of the drivers that have been announced that they will start to replace him. At Bristol Dirt, Matt Crafton did a start. Zane Smith filled in for him last week at Martinsville, finished 34th. But this weekend, it's going to be J.J. Yaley. And so J.J. Yaley is going to drive that number 51. And in my opinion, J.J. Yaley, I mean, he qualified third at Bristol Dirt. So, like, he obviously, like, still is extremely talented. But it's probably a nice, like, little, like, reserve for that team. And then also Riley Herbst is going to come in and drive that 15 this weekend for them. So that's kind of interesting for them. So there we go. Cody Ware indefinitely suspended for by NASCAR. I don't expect to ever see him again. All right, next. This news came out today. Justin Haley and Colleague Racing have had the penalty reversed by NASCAR. Originally, the Motorsports League recommended that NASCAR fine Colleague Racing 75 points. And NASCAR said, nope, we want to be fair. And so they said, if you're going to give Hendrick all these points back and all this stuff back, we're giving Colleague all these points back. And I just want to applaud NASCAR. I just want to say thank you for making it fair. Okay. We've seen a lot of controversy in the past couple of years with NASCAR not being consistent. And this is consistent. Sure. Should both of the teams have gotten penalties? Yes. Should they have been extreme as they were? No. But if one team gets fined $100,000 and the other one doesn't, one team gets all their points revoked and the other team doesn't, it doesn't make sense. So
Well, technically
that was
they
from,
did, then they didn't, then they did,
And they
then they
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah.
it reminds me of a George Russell podium.
Yeah.
But
NASCAR said, "Is this fine for you?"
Is this
No.
fine for you? No, never mind.
Justin Haley was negative points, then he wasn't, then he was, but now he's still sitting outside the top 30 in points, so Haley still needs to step on the gas if he wants to make a playoff push. All right. Next, Jimmy Johnson, everybody, is going to be inducted into the Motorsports Hall of Fame in 2024. Congratulations, Jimmy. NASCAR legend. NASCAR legend, 7-time champion, everyone. In my opinion, top 3 driver of all time in the Cup Series. And that puts us into our great next segment, the NASCAR 75. There have been since the Bristol Dirt Race, we've been getting drivers unveiled as being part of the NASCAR 75. So the first one that was revealed was live on the broadcast was Tony Stewart. So Tony Stewart, 3-time NASCAR champion, won everything except for the Daytona 500, and is the only driver in NASCAR to, like in recent memory, that won both an INDYCAR championship and a NASCAR championship. So
Goated.
very good. Plus NASCAR team owner, legendary team owner of Stewart Haas Racing. So no surprise there. Second driver, and as a fan, I was shocked. And shocked has nothing to say, but he is my favorite driver of all time. Casey freaking Cade made the NASCAR 75, and I've never been
has the jacket on his chair.
I have the jacket on my chair. It doesn't leave. Casey Cade's my favorite driver of all time. I know I'm repping some Will Power and Dalton Kellett stuff right now, but I love me some Casey Kane. Met the guy many, many times. Just the best driver, in my opinion, in my heart. So very happy that the number 9 gets some representation over there. Next driver that was announced was Mike Stefanik, the NASCAR Hall of Famer. This one was a little surprising because Mike Stefanik didn't really have a Cup Series career. He more had a wheeling tours career. So many people were surprised to see Mike Stefanik on here. The next driver that was announced was 2-time Busch Series champion, Xfinity Series champion, and dad of Stacking Pennies, Randy LaJoie, was announced as the NASCAR 75. And another one, this is a little interesting. I mean, the guy didn't win any Cup Series championships, never really ran in the Cup Series, but I guess he's part of that 75. Kyle Larson was announced, one-time champion, 2021 champion, and in many people's opinions, including some of ours, the best driver in the NASCAR Cup Series right now. Greg Biffle was announced yesterday after him. Another little surprising one, because Biffle never really had as much success in the Cup Series, but he did win a couple Truck Series championships. And then 2-time Daytona 500 champion Sterling Marlin gets the nod. And many people forget that if he wouldn't have gotten hurt in 2002, Sterling Marlin would be a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
That's true.
Instead of that was the first year Tony Stewart won it, but Marlin would have won that championship.
So I've seen a lot of controversy on social media in general. Did Kyle Larson deserve his spot?
Not yet. He would have deserved it later. I didn't think he deserved to be one of the first 10 drivers announced. I think he deserved his spot as a champion. If you're gonna put Casey Kane, Mike Stefanik, Randy LaJoie, Greg Biffle, Sterling Marlin, all these guys who haven't won championships in the Cup Series over Kyle Larson.
Yeah, it's kind
Do
of
I think Kyle Larson deserved to be one of the first 10 drivers announced? No, definitely not. But I mean, he was gonna end up being there, so I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. What bothers me, and it kind of bothered my dad, is why would you not just announce Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson first?
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
That makes
one
me
of the
wonder,
points I was gonna. Well,
that makes me wonder if they're going in reverse.
But I don't know if they are. They never.
Tony Stewart is 75.
Tony Stewart should not be.
Either that, or it's not even in order at all. They're just announcing 75.
That's what I don't like. I don't like that there's no order. I
The
think you either start from 1, go to 75, or go from 75 to 1. So then you kind of have your parameters for where they're going. Because you can't go from Tony Stewart to Mike Stefanik, and then
Casey
all of a sudden
Kane,
go to
and then Kyle Larson.
That's such a drastic shift back and forth. It's all right, so what are your parameters? Because we don't know what the bare minimum is. We don't know. I mean, obviously we have an idea who a lot of the top 10 will be, if there even is an order that they're gonna end up coming out. We know a lot of the big names
Kyle
that are
Busch
gonna
is gonna make the NASCAR 75.
We know Jimmy Johnson, we know Richard Petty, we know Jeff Gordon. There's so many names we know are gonna be
Bobby
here.
Labonte, Terry Labonte, Dale Senior,
yeah,
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah,
I mean, there are these names. However,
if they're doing Xfinity stuff, he should get.
What I want to go into,
counts,
seeing the drivers that we've seen announced, and I'm hearing rumors, and many people have been it's been leaked that Bobby Allison will be the next driver that is announced tomorrow. Is like basing on the drivers that we've seen announced, like with the Truck Series, Xfinity Series championships, who is a driver that you need to see on this NASCAR 75 that like might be one that you're not like that some people might be surprised to see?
So like kind of hot take wise.
Yeah, like I have a driver. Like I can go first. Ron Hornaday should make the NASCAR 75. The guy dominated the NASCAR Truck Series, and seeing that Greg Biffle, Mike Stefanik, Randy LaJoie, these guys are on the NASCAR 75, there's no reason that Ron Hornaday should not be on this list. I also think Ryan Newman should make the NASCAR 75.
That was going to be my main pick.
Yeah, the guy dominated 2002, won 8 races, and like placed second in the championship twice, and Daytona 500 champion and racing legend, in my opinion.
I don't know if mine's like really a hot take or not. You guys can let me know, but I definitely think Joey Logano should be on there.
Another one. That was another name I was going to throw out.
If he's not on there, I'll be. Martin Truex, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Denny.
I got an interesting one.
Oh, he's a lock though.
Yeah.
I got an interesting one. Since it's kind of like already determined, we're considering the lower series too, and not just based on their Cup Series career. Matt Crafton.
I could.
Matt Crafton will probably make it.
I hope he makes it on there. That'd be nice.
I think he should. Again, we don't know what their parameters are. They seem to be all over the place.
I think Jennifer Joe Cobb should make it. I'm joking. But
like
Hunter Daly.
But like for me, like the way it's going right now, it looks like their popularity in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Greg Biffle, that was a fan choice. You can't tell me he wasn't.
Like that's the way it looks to me. It looks like like popularity.
Casey Kane's on there for Casey Kane Fridays. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like
babe, wake up! It's Casey Kane Friday.
But no, like it, like I don't know. I think that's the parameters. Honestly, is popularity. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
do we think Chase Elliott gets in there then?
Yes,
easily.
Yeah,
he's the best road course driver in NASCAR history. Of course, he's gonna make it.
And if he's not right now, he's going to be in the near future.
But does a driver like AJ Allmendinger make it just because of his success on the road courses?
Didn't he just get his first Cup Series win like last year or the year before that?
His second one.
It was a second
one. So
but his pure dominance in the road courses. See, you see what I mean? Like,
but I mean his popularity.
I think he got points there.
But his popularity.
Why did they have to?
If AJ Allmendinger makes it, the fans will riot. They'll be like, "This isn't real. Like, this is not real." Like,
this is why I have a problem with them structuring it.
In my opinion, NASCAR is struggling to find 75 drivers that are the top 75.
But
that
they
aren't
can easily Fireball Roberts, Bobby Allison, Davey Allison, Alan Kulwicki. There's so many. Like, it's not hard to choose a good chunk of drivers. Like, it's not.
And like
you can probably throw out every champion.
I bet you every champion will make it. Like, I mean, Red Byron will make it, the first NASCAR champion, even though he won't be there. Like, Bill Ruxford, Joe Weatherly, 2-time Cup Series champion.
Wendell Scott has to be on there.
Wendell Scott has to be on there. Wendell Scott will make it. Bubba Wallace will not make it. Like there are these drivers that like are the NASCAR 75 best drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series of all time. So yeah, like Lee Petty, Kyle Petty should not make it for reasons because we don't like Kyle Petty.
Kyle Petty should definitely not make it.
I'm fine with him. He's a
Michael Waltrip should. Do you think Michael Waltrip should make the NASCAR 75?
If he did, it would be purely based on his super speedway success, his
and his popularity.
Yeah.
If he gets in, you know it's a popularity thing. I have no problem with Michael Waltrip. He was not an excellent driver.
Yeah, by all means.
He was fine.
But,
I don't know.
Yeah. If I don't see Paul Menard on that list, I'm going to be disappointed. Anyway,
if we don't see Paul
but would he make it though? Because the Brickyard 400 is not a thing anymore.
He won one race.
I mean, still,
and he's the GOAT.
But the Brickyard was supposed to be prestige.
But Tristan, get hard for Menard. I'm sorry, like he has to.
I forgot about that,
dude. If we see people like Michael Waltrip make it, this will be my closing statement. If Michael Waltrip gets in, Greg Biffle's already in. you might as well just throw in names like Jamie McMurray, guys that have just won.
The thing
like,
is, though, I think Jamie McMurray should make the NASCAR 75.
He has
he
a
had so many
500
bad
win.
seasons, though.
he has
So
a
many bad
500 win.
seasons.
Jamie McMurray won 10 races.
And he has a
Yeah,
500 win.
I like Jamie
He
McMurray.
won the Brickyard, the Coke 600. No, he didn't win the Coke 600. But he won Charlotte, the Brickyard, and Daytona all in the same year. I mean,
But he's also
like,
he's one of like the most like inconsistent drivers ever.
true. But like, still.
I have to establish.
I
I
think
have no
every
problem
Daytona
with him.
I think every Daytona 500 winner should make it.
Yeah.
Michael
Except for
McDowell,
except for Michael McDowell.
Austin Cindric.
And maybe not Austin. Okay.
I'd say anybody who's won more than one should make
Yeah,
it.
anyone that's won
Okay.
more than one should make it.
That's understandable.
I don't want Ward Burton on there either.
Top 75, Michael Waltrip, or not Michael Waltrip, Michael McDowell, baby.
I would cry. I would be like,
Then you would
yes!
know.
Tristan
Then you
would
would
be
know.
unhinged on Twitter.
You would know. Like you would literally know that they just don't care. They're just naming drivers.
If you thought Tristan was
NASCAR
unhinged
top
when Casey
75.
Kane made it, Tristan
Matt
would be
Tiff.
even more unhinged when Michael McDowell makes the top
DJ
75.
McLeod makes Mike Bliss.
And I mean that with no disrespect to Michael McDowell, but if Michael McDowell makes a NASCAR top 75, you know NASCAR just does not care about the top
You would
75.
know they're
Said-
flipping a coin.
Boris
Pulling
said,
names out of
oh,
a hat, bro.
Reagan, Trevor Bain.
Trevor Bain. Oh god.
I missed that guy.
Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards should make it.
Carl Edwards
Oh,
needs to.
yeah, 100%.
Needs to.
100%.
He should have one championship at least. I'm just saying.
He should.
Yeah.
Mark Martin should.
Mark Martin
Harvick
should make it.
Ensign
Harvick.
should.
Oh, yeah.
Harvick will. I mean, come on, 50 Cup Series wins.
Kurt Busch will.
Kirkwood will.
Um,
Does Ricky Craven make it?
probably.
Maybe. Yeah. Probably.
I mean, only
I can
2
see
wins
it.
to his name.
If Greg
still.
Biffle made it.
Yeah.
That's
Greg
true.
Biffle made it.
That's true. Anyway, we're gonna get off this topic. Those are all the NASCAR news that we have to talk about. Daniel, you want to bring us into the NASCAR Xfinity, the IndyCar news?
Yeah, so don't have too much IndyCar news, but something that might be of note. I have to clarify. We don't really know if this is like confirmed because it's been said.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
The
So
driver said it.
on the graphic, I put an asterisk next to it. So.
Yeah,
If our media dad says it's true,
it's
It's
been said, but then again, I don't know if he's going to be at the test. I don't know if this is like a Cusick Motorsports situation where they like announce it that they're like trying, but like the actual physical plan is not set. We don't know any details yet, but RC Anderson is planning to try for the Indy 500 with Able Motorsports. Yes, the Indy Next team, Able Motorsports. They've been talking about making the move up to at least try some one-offs like the Indy 500, and it appears that they're going to do it. Again, asterisk, we'll see if this is official, because to my knowledge, this hasn't been like... I'm trying to think of like the right word. It hasn't been formally announced. It's been announced, but there's been no formal...
It's unofficial.
Yes.
but we all know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the livery has been revealed. I don't know what the whole sponsorship plan is, but the number 50 car, the plan is to have RC Anderson run it for Able Motorsports to try and qualify for the Indy 500, giving us a bump day.
Yeah.
We get a bump day.
Hey, guess what?
Maybe, but we'll see.
I can't. I'm sorry, but like, I think that RC will make it probably over like a Catherine Legg or possibly like a
Hot take. If there's any mainstay team that struggles, my prediction, Meyer-Shank Racing.
Oh,
You think
okay.
Pagano gets bumped?
Either.
Oh, I don't know about Elio.
I-
I don't know about Elio.
Dude, they put all their money into the 500.
Yeah,
they don't.
pretty
they're,
much.
They're asked
Yeah,
the whole
again,
season.
I don't want to see it happen. That's an
Except
early
for
prediction.
Pagano. I mean, Pagano at Indy Road Course. he
It's
gets all the
an
money,
early
too.
prediction. They've kind of sucked this year.
I really want to get Pagano on the show. We'll have to ask
Oh,
him.
Sick.
agreed. I don't want to see that happen, but I feel like we'll get a better sense because I know it's not listed as news, but this week, both Thursday and Friday, IndyCar is having some Indianapolis Motor Speedway open tests for the Indy 500.
Guess who's gonna be there, boys?
All three of us.
All three of us.
You guys wanna?
Not all at the same time, but
We'll all be there. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tweet out while I'm there. The first person, I'm gonna take a picture of exactly where I am. The first person that follows the Indy Boys Racing podcast that is going to come and see us, you have to make sure that I can see that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and you're following us on Twitter. I will give you the first person. I will give you a certified Dalton Kellett Moments hat.
Oh, I guess that's gotta go on the socials. You gotta put that on the socials.
we gotta do this both days or just one? Just one.
We'll figure it out. We'll tell you guys logistics. But the first person, we might do a hat giveaway. We might do a shirt giveaway. The first person to find us gets that exclusive merch. And there's not many of these certified Dalton Kellett Moment hats out there. I mean,
It's a very limited run.
The people that bought them received them, and we have a little bit extra. But I mean, Dalton owns one. Nicole Westra owns one. I guess Nicole Kellett now. All three of us, and then like the 6 people that ordered them or something like that. I don't know.
Very exclusive, limited item.
It was a very limited release. We do have to save one for D-Land because I know he wanted one.
Yeah,
that is correct.
So I'll give if he's there, I'll give him his. But
I'm sure he'll be.
He will be. He's gonna be there with Darian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Willie. Yeah.
And I think our favorite, the GOAT, Joe. Joe.
Joe.
We love Joe. I don't know if he's watching right now, but if you see this, Joe, the Indy Boys love you. So that's when we'll get to see a better look at who's gonna be good in Indy. We'll get to see how the rookies do. We'll get to see how some of the returners, people that need refreshers, do. I'm gonna be so happy. Race cars are gonna be on track at our happy place. Boys.
We're gonna hear. Jace is better.
Yeah.
Jace has a little bit of F1 car in there though.
Jay's been practicing.
It has a little too much turbo hybrid to it.
This is what Jay does before he falls asleep. He's just
I'm like
we're all sitting on our phones watching TikToks. Jay's out here going.
Instead of counting sheep, he counts cars going by in his head.
Jay counts how many entries there are in the 500.
There's RC Enerson, maybe. There's Catherine Lake. There's. But
also, this isn't listed, but in an article that our favorite Marshall Pruitt wrote. Again, if you're watching this, we love you. Marshall Pruitt wrote about how the field is full and we are most likely at 34 cars. But I don't know if we get to 35 because he noted that Beretta Autosports has pulled their plug on trying to find a seat. And it is believed that their effort to find a Chevy engine and then pulling out, it's believed that that's what led to the Able Motorsports deal coming to fruition.
Got it.
That's what he said. I don't know logistics or anything, but it appears that Beretta Autosports is out of the running.
Dang. I was hoping for 35.
I know.
I'm mad.
We always do. We always hope for as many as we can get.
Let's pull together some money. Let's do it.
Indy Boys Autosports.
Indy Boys Autosports in real life.
Hunter,
and partner.
it's time.
Hunter,
Dalton,
it's time.
strap back in.
Dalton, tell your dad to get one of those old Indy cars that you got.
We can find an engine. We can find a chassis. We might not qualify well, but we'll attempt it.
We might not qualify at all.
We might show up and park it after a lap, but we'll try.
A lap in practice.
Yeah. Just to say we ran.
That's true. But
that's all the Indy 500 news I've got. But one last bit of INDYCAR news. As Tristan said, Jimmy Johnson is being elected into the 2024 Motorsports Hall of Fame. He's an INDYCAR driver. We're counting him. But more importantly to INDYCAR, Scott Dixon, arguably the GOAT of INDYCAR, he is finally being inducted into the Hall of Fame of Motorsports. It's his first year of eligibility. Jay's repping. Jay's
your signed
repping.
one? Jay, is that your signed
He
one?
can't hear us.
Oh.
He took his headphones off for this.
Is that your signed one?
No, my signed one is hung up in my closet.
Oh.
Valid. But
I have a
Scott
signed,
Dixon.
Scott Dixon hat, Mid-Ohio hat.
Mhm.
He's great on the diecast.
Scott Dixon will be inducted. Oh, he's pulling out all the stops.
Jay, is Scott Dixon your
goat!
favorite Indy?
The GOAT!
Is
The
Scott
GOAT!
Dixon your favorite IndyCar driver? Jay?
No, it's actually RC Enerson.
Number one RC Enerson stand, Jay Cox.
No, yes, Scott Dixon is my favorite IndyCar driver. I will not tell a lie about that right now. So hearing this is honestly amazing to me. So,
Bro, first Hinch got inducted to the Long Beach Hall of Fame. Jay now gets
Casey
Scott
Kane
Dixon.
made the NASCAR
Yeah,
75.
we're all so happy about our favorite
yeah.
drivers. Like, oh, it's a great week.
it's
Great
Kyle
week for
Kirkwood
us.
got a win. Like,
Kyle
we're
Kirkwood
just-
got a dub. Dude, it's Herta didn't crash at a street course. Oh my god. It's been a great week.
Let's save it.
only-
Let's save
only
that for
made it.
race reviews.
Of course.
All right, Jay. Send it to formulas.
Ravioli. Show us that formuoli.
Alrighty. It's Formula E race week in Berlin. They have the ABB FIA Formula E23 Sabic Berlin E Prix this week. I kind of killed that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You
On Friday from 10:55 to 11:45, it's FP1. Saturday from 2:05 to 2:55. I don't know if this is PM or AM because it never really said what this is. I don't know if this is PM or AM or not, but 2:05 to 2:55 FP2. Saturday, all the rest qualifying and the race are also on Saturday from 4:40 to 5:55 and 9:03 to 10:30. So I'm assuming in the AM. So yeah. Very busy weekend for Formula E in Berlin, but it's race week for them. So yeah. The next thing up on the formulas, Paramount Plus has become an official partner of Formula One and a new multi-year partnership.
What?
What? I mean, they just went through and made like a bunch of partnerships with other like brands and stuff too. So it's not a surprise, I guess, basically is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but yeah, it's not a surprise. So I was kind of ready for that. But next up, guys, so we may be losing a very iconic track on the Formula One schedule. Here's can you guys guess what track it'd be?
Is it Spa?
Yes, possibly. This is not 100%, but the possible return of Kyle Lamy to the Formula One calendar in 2024, as South Africa is optimistic about signing an agreement with Liberty Media. This could mean the iconic Spa-Francorchamps could lose its spot. The season is expected to start in Saudi Arabia, with Japan possibly moved to March.
Ooh, I would really like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'd be fine with that.
But
This would be for next season?
I believe so, yes. So 2024, yeah.
Gotcha.
So Stefano Domenicali, he said on like the long-standing tracks, like they cannot rely solely on their history and must continue to evolve and remain on the calendar. His direct quote says, "For historic venues to be arrogant and believe you have a granted future because you had a race since 100 years, it's not enough." So hearing that kind of already puts in my mind that Kyle Lamy is going to already be on the schedule. It's just not announced yet. So yeah, I would rather not lose Spa. In my honest opinion, I would rather lose Monaco. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
I would much rather lose Monaco.
Here's the thing.
It's Monaco.
Monaco is iconic. It is a very famous track.
It's a
The
qualifying
cars are too
simulator.
big.
It's a qualifying
The cars
simulator.
are too big.
Whoever qualifies the best is winning the race, most likely, unless they like DNF or your Charles Leclerc. But
The cars are too big for it. It just doesn't work like how it used to.
no, if the racing there was good, like it used to be, then I wouldn't be upset with keeping it on the schedule. Then I would probably be fine with Spa getting kicked off because Monza is my favorite F1 track. So,
Mhm.
and then Interlagos is second, which Interlagos is one that could get kicked off as well.
It's
But
Bahrain.
Yeah.
I like Bahrain.
Is that what?
Bahrain's pretty solid.
Bahrain.
nah, Bahrain is locked in. So
Oh yeah.
I love
Uh,
Bahrain.
yeah. Oh, yours is
Okay,
Bahrain. Yours is Bahrain. My fault. I took that the complete opposite way. I was in my mind saying that I think Interlagos could get kicked off, and then you said Bahrain. I was like, Bahrain can't get kicked off. I'm
My
with you
favorite
now.
track,
I'm with you now.
Miami.
Oh,
Dang,
God.
you took my joke. I was gonna say, so Jay, you said they were gonna get rid of an iconic track. I was scared they're gonna get rid of Miami. Come on,
Oh
man.
God. Oh God.
Greatest track. No,
You
get
should have
rid of
made that
Miami.
joke. You should have made that joke.
I was
so you could just
I
see
was
me-
literally, my lips were moving.
so you could
The words were
see me.
forming.
Where your
You
lips
see-
moving. His
Yeah.
lips were moving.
Shout out Megan Trainor. Real one for real.
So you could see my face
Pregnant with
literally
her second
turn
kid.
green and red from anger and disgust. So, yeah.
Inside
I have a
out
green
moment.
Skittle.
but- inside out.
Dude, I've
But
been crushing these Skittles right now. I'm having a good time.
I can
We're
see
too
that.
unhinged right now.
We are very unhinged right now. Yes. But here, let me finish up my Formula One news. Not very much. I mean, if we would have done last 2 weeks, there would have been a lot, but we only did this week. So, but Ferrari's petition for the right of review into Carlos Sainz's penalty in Australia has been dismissed. The stewards deemed there was no significant and relevant new element, so the result of the race will not change. I still think Carlos Sainz should not have got a penalty because if you reset the race by one lap, that incident should be reset as well, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people, specifically fans of Fernando Alonso, were defending against and saying that he should have gotten it. But, I mean, if you reset the race by one lap, then that shouldn't really even have happened. In my
In the
opinion.
famous words of Kevin Magnussen to Nico Hulkenberg. I'm sorry, I can't say that.
Yeah, I was about to say you can't say that on here. But
I'm
yeah,
just messing.
so that's all I got for formulas. You guys want to review our race?
I'd love to talk about some NASCAR.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go.
talk about some NASCAR.
Starting over, we're going to start with the Truck Series, guys. I'm going to read that top 10. Corey Heim got that win, followed by Kyle Busch, Zane Smith, Ty Majeski, Tanner Gray, Ben Rhodes, Matt DiBenedetto, Taylor Gray, William Sawwich, I don't know, and Chase Purdy. All 4 of the 5 Trigon Garage cars finished in the top 10. Dean Thompson was the only one that didn't finish 21st. Hocevar struggled in this race. We had some controversy with him and some other drivers, but otherwise, rain shortened race. Not a whole lot happened. All right, Xfinity Series. JHN, man, dominated this one. Swept the entire race. Took everyone's breath away. Congratulations, JHN, on an incredible win. Literally burning the car down. The mud flaps caught on fire, just
For real.
like Zane Smith's car, but his car literally burst into flames.
Completely burst into flame.
Reading that top 10, John Hunter Nemechek followed by Sammy Smith. His teammate then Cole Custer gets a 3rd place finish. Custer was actually the pole sitter for this race, followed by Barry, Jones, Allgaier, Hemrick, Kraus, Moffett, and Chandler Smith. And then honorable mentioned to Ryan Truex and Sam Mayer for starting everyone's new favorite rivalry. And shout out to Sam Mayer for giving us another picture of him flipping his driver off. All right. Then the standings for those 2 teams, guys. Zane Smith is now followed behind Ty Majeski in the point series lead for the Truck Series. And then in the Xfinity Series, John Hunter Nemechek has taken the lead from Austin Hill. Okay, Cup Series, guys. This race, pretty boring. Not a whole lot happened, but it's Martinsville. You can't really pass there. Most interesting thing and biggest story to talk about is how Stewart Haas Racing choked this win away. All 4 of their drivers qualified in the top 5.
And we're all in the top 6 at one point.
It's true. Dominant performance in the first stage with Ryan Preece and Eric Almirola, Chase Briscoe and Harvick all finishing in the top 6. Ryan Preece getting his first stage win of his NASCAR Cup Series career. And he also has now officially led more laps in Martinsville than Cole Custer led in his entire career. So, shout out Ryan. We got that going for us. And thank you. So Sawwallich. Yeah, Sawwallich. Okay. Sorry, I just got a message in the chat. Thank you. All right. Stage 2. Kevin Harvick took it home, followed by Briscoe. And stage 3, Kyle Larson pretty much drove away from Joey Logano with this one. Took his second win of the season. Kyle Larson took the win, followed by Joey Logano, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, and Chase Elliott are your top 10. Chase Elliott returns to the NASCAR Cup Series, gets the top 10 on his way back. However, says that this package sucks. So, in the words of Chase Elliott, this stuff sucks.
And in my opinion, he's the one that needs to say something because, you know, he has probably the most leverage of anybody in the NASCAR Cup Series.
I agree.
So
People will listen to whatever he says.
Yeah.
All right. Reading the top 10 right now. Christopher Bell is still ahead by Ross Chastain by 5 points, followed by Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Brett Keselowski, Ricky Stenhouse, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, and Chris Buescher right now are your top 16 in drivers' points, with the first driver out being Daniel Suarez. And then playoffs-wise, it's most of the same, pretty much those exact same 16 drivers in just like a little bit of a different order for the playoff grid. So guys, are we officially 10 weeks into the season? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 9 races in, so we're about to have 10th race. Who has surprised you this season? Like, who's the driver that surprised you?
I guess
We'll do the who's surprised, who's disappointed you, and who are you optimistic about? Question. One driver for each.
Disappointed me is definitely Ryan Preece because I thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna be a lot better at the start of the season than he has been.
He did have a very good race.
He did but that was probably his first good race of the season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
However, didn't really have anything to show for it, finishing 15th.
Yeah. But I guess who surprised me has been, honestly, for me, Kevin Harvick. Because I don't even have Kevin Harvick making my playoffs.
Well, I don't have William Byron making my playoffs, buddy. So
yeah, I don't have Kevin
who's
Harvick
the
making
real
my playoffs.
idiot here?
I just I say it every week, I'm pretty sure, but I always think I thought Kevin Harvick was going to be he was just gonna be there just for
it makes
moral
you sad
support.
that this is his last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Makes
does.
you really sad.
He's making it feel like there's more in the tank.
Yeah.
It could
However,
be.
I'm excited to see that 29 car return.
At North
Maybe that's just
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
I'm
too.
excited for that.
I'm excited.
And a driver that you're optimistic about, Jay.
Optimistic about going from this point forward. I don't even really know because everybody's either been really hit or miss.
I have one. I'll go while Jay's thinking of his optimistic pick. So, driver I'm surprised by, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., still 13th in points. It's incredible. He's having a great season. I'm disappointed from Austin Cindric in that 2 team. They ran pretty bad all day. We're getting passed by Rick Ware racing cars. They got to figure out, or Austin Cindric has to figure out what's going on with that 2 car. And then a driver I'm optimistic about is Todd Gilliland. Okay, I want to talk about Todd Gilliland recently because this guy has had an incredible couple of last weeks. Now I know that this past weekend wasn't like the best finishes like that he's had over the last couple of he finished 25th, but he ran second for a while in this one. That speeding penalty kind of screwed him, but prior to Martinsville, Bristol Dirt finishes 8th. Then Richmond, I believe he finishes where does he finish at Richmond? Richmond 15th. Circuit of the Americas, I know he finished in the top 10. Yeah, 10th. Like, he's having a good year. And I think Todd Gillen has a chance to make a push for that bubble. That's just me. All right, Jay, who's your optimistic pick?
I guess my optimistic pick, I'm gonna go probably with Chase Briscoe, because over the last 2 or 3 races he's at top 5s. No.
Yeah.
Because where did he finish at Richmond now? He didn't finish in the top. What happened to him at Oh, he finished 12th at Richmond. But I mean, that's better than where he was running at the beginning of the season, honestly.
I mean, he's all the way from sub 20 in points to now making a playoff push. So
yeah, so I'm very optimistic about Chase Briscoe, in my honest opinion.
I agree.
So hopefully he can maybe even get a few stage wins, or maybe even a win in general. But we'll see how it goes for the Indy boy. So
yeah, for sure. All right, Daniel, driver you're proud of, or like driver
So
you're
disappointed,
optimistic?
surprised, optimistic.
Yeah.
Okay. Disappointed. Eric Jones. I'm
disappointed.
pretty
about
disappointed in Eric Jones. I had him making my playoffs this year.
Yep.
I know Legacy Motor Club isn't like the greatest team, but the way it was last year was the 43 was pretty good and could be in contention places, but the 42 sucked. Currently, they're 29th. And that's
42 is 31st.
really discouraging. Surprised by... Brad Keselowski, honestly. I shouldn't be surprised by him because obviously he's a former champion. He's won so many races. But last year that 6 car sucked. Just flat out, like pretty much the opposite of what I said for Eric Jones.
I agree.
Last year the car sucked. This year he's been in contention to win a lot of races. And it feels like every week he's just kind of shows up in the top 5. You're like, oh, Brad Keselowski might win this. He hasn't yet, but he's 12th in points. If the season ended right now, he'd be 13th in the playoffs. Like, he's surprised me compared to where RFK Racing was last season.
that's true. Yeah.
I thought the 17 car would be good, but I was still questioning the 6 car.
Yeah.
He's proven me wrong so far this season. Things can change. And then optimistic for? Listen. Y'all already know. I got the shirt on. Y'all already know. My boy Tyler Reddick in 6th? In 6th? After that start to the season? Ooh, boy, am I optimistic. The team hasn't been perfect. 2311 never is. But when they are on it. And when they're off, they're very off it too. So I'm not going to completely discredit that. But there have been so many races that he's been in position to potentially win if things kind of go certain ways. I mean, he was up there a lot this weekend. Obviously, strategy and the way things played out didn't work out that way. But I'm really, really optimistic about this 45 team if things can keep going with the momentum they've got.
Yeah.
6th in points after didn't he start off second to last and then he was last for like
something like that, yeah.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, but then he started just dominating.
Yeah,
well,
then he got a bunch of top
but
5s, then he won a race, and he's locked into the playoffs. I mean, for now, I guess things can change. If people start winning, you never know.
I don't know if we'll have 16 winners this season, but it's always a possibility.
Hey, I mean, you could make the argument.
You could.
We've already had a weird winner of Ricky Stenhouse. You see people that weren't very great last year, like Brad Keselowski. I mean, Byron's already got multiple wins. I think there's a lot of people that I could see getting one-off wins. Todd Gilliland could get a one-off win.
I guarantee you, I think he might get a one-off win.
And he would make the playoffs, even though his season's weird. But
Todd Gilliland?
Yeah, he would if he won a.
Yeah, he's
if he won a race.
I know he's.
If he won a well, weird season because he's
even...
not with the same car every race. Is like what I meant.
But remember that rule doesn't even matter anymore. So
yeah, the top 30
he can make it
matter.
from anywhere.
It's true. All right. Well, that's all the
Hi,
NASCAR
Dylan,
stuff.
baby.
Stop. That's all the NASCAR stuff I really have. This weekend we're going to Talladega, but we'll talk about that in the prediction segment. Oh wait, actually, really quick before we transition. It's been a thing that at Talladega in odd years we've seen a car go over. Who's flipping?
I mean,
You went straight to the point.
I hope nobody, but
I hope nobody.
but
But who
I
flipping?
guess we should do that in the predictions. We should do that in the
Is this
predictions.
going to be a prediction point?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh,
Well, we
that's
got to make
so
up for last
evil.
week too. We got to make up a little
Yeah.
bit for last week too.
That's
So-
fair.
do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So,
Who flip
but all right, Daniel,
All right.
you want to go into your IndyCar
Yeah.
review? My fault, not prediction.
Yeah, so IndyCar, we were on the streets of Long Beach for the Acura Grand Prix
My
of Long
first
Beach.
race I ever went to was the
Yeah.
Long Beach Grand Prix.
Pretty solid race. Some people weren't happy that it was kind of like a fuel mileage race and like a strategy race. I'm personally fine with it. I think that's really interesting. Comparatively to the two races we had previously, it's the worst, but that doesn't make it bad. People need to stop saying that. And we got a new winner. I don't know what it is with Long Beach and first-time winners, like, but we got one. And how fitting that it was an Andretti Autosports driver. Because Andretti is always good on the street courses, and this specific track, this is where Michael Andretti, team owner, got his first win.
Mhm.
I kind of like, not necessarily weird, but like,
Are you saying Kyle Kirkwood
That's really
is going to be
interesting.
as good as Mario Andretti?
Hmm?
Are you saying
What?
Kyle Kirkwood is going to be as good as Mario Andretti? Is that what you're
no.
saying?
I'm just saying it's interesting because Michael Andretti, the team owner, got his first win here.
Yeah.
That's,
Or
yeah,
Michael.
no.
I meant Michael, not Mario. My bad. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. You never know. Things could always play out.
You do never know.
But I don't know. I thought this was a really good race. What did you guys think? Before we get into kind of like some of the stuff that happened.
It was a good race. It was a tad boring, but I mean, ended up like in my opinion, this is the third best race of the season, and I like Long Beach, but like if I had to rank them, it's Texas, St. Pete, and Long
It's
Beach
hard to
right now.
back up those two bangers of races.
True,
though.
Yeah. I mean,
but I mean we're heading
Sorry.
to Barber, but like
Barber's
so far,
a
I
good
mean,
race normally anyway.
Barber's an incredible track. So
Barber's a good track, but it's kind of hit or miss on how the actual racing is like.
I concur. I agree.
It's always solid,
Mhm.
but I don't know if it'll be like banger.
Top
I
tier.
guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
never know.
in my opinion, I think Long Beach was pretty good. I mean, it's
Mhm.
definitely not gonna top, like Texas or St. Pete. Like there's no. I don't think any other races. I mean, depending. I don't
Yeah.
think any other races will top St. Pete or Long Beach or St. Pete or Texas. Sorry, but I didn't think the race was like really boring at all because the strategy was really big in the play. There was a
Mhm.
few incidents going on in the early stages of the race that kind of shook a lot of things up for a lot of drivers, like Pato getting into Dixon.
Yeah.
And then who else was it?
Kirkwood
Ben
getting
Peterson.
in the Pato.
Yeah, Kirkwood getting in the Pato.
Auto getting into like everybody.
Yeah, pretty much, or at least getting contact.
We'll get it.
with
We'll get
everybody.
into that. We'll get into that. Don't you
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah,
And then-
Megan. For you listeners that don't know, Megan's my girlfriend. She's a Pato Award fan, and she goes, "Did I pick a bad driver?" I was like, "No, Pato's cool. He's just having an aggressive race."
Bad
Yeah.
week.
It was
Bad
just a
week.
bad week. Yeah, I had to explain that to Jackie as well. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good race though. I'd probably give it 7.5.
Okay.
I would give it like a solid 81, 82. Like a B minus.
So like an
I
8,
probably would go. I'd probably go an 80.
80.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it like a B minus, which the people saying it was a bad race, listen, we went from like a 94 to like a 99. we have like an 80, 81 like scale race that people are like bad race. No,
But in my
still
opinion,
good.
people are saying it's a bad race because it wasn't chaotic. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, there was
A
a
lot of
little
these
bit
last
that
year was
happened.
chaotic, but that was like a
Yeah.
little annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year it was annoying. But the way it's been in the first 2 races here, it's played into the race a lot more, and especially in the first 2 races. But I don't think really the chaoticness was there this race. I think it was more reliant on strategy, and that's what kept me entertained at least. But I think that's why a lot of people feel it was a bad race because they didn't have, oh my God, Kyle Kirkwood goes almost flying into the catch fence. Devil DeFrancesco flies across the track and takes out Graham Ray Hall. Like, they didn't have that the whole race, so a lot of people just didn't find it entertaining, I guess. So,
but you know what it did have?
what's that?
Death threats, baby.
Death threats, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So we'll just kind of talk about this because, like, if you're doing this, stop. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But stop it.
Yeah.
Get some help.
If you are a motorsports fan of anything, and your favorite athlete, favorite driver, favorite team, basically loses or has something happen because of another athlete, I don't care what you apply it to. Don't send them death threats. Just like, why? Why would you? When you make the INDYCAR Twitter admin go on the social media at like 8 p.m. and be like, stop harassing people.
Yeah, like, can you stop harassing the drivers? Like, come on.
There's just no need. I know that like isn't a big factor of like this race or anything, but I just had to get that out here. Like, what are you doing? I hate that this had to happen to Callum a lot. I get being passionate for your drivers. I get wanting to have rivalries. Don't send death threats. Just don't. But getting back to the race, thankfully, because I really didn't want to talk too much about that. It was really it was led by 2 guys. Well, it was led by 3 drivers. Augustine Canapino led for a little bit, which Hunko screwed up their strategy. Yeah. They fumbled the bag. But then just kind of like getting into generally what happened in this race, it was mostly led by Kyle Kirkwood. Joseph Newgarden did lead 27 laps, but Kirkwood led 53. There were only 3 laps that were not led by them. That was the Canapino laps. But towards the end, it was really just between 3 drivers. It was between Kyle Kirkwood, Romain Grosjean, and Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson was catching up to Grosjean. Grosjean was pretty much right behind Kirkwood the last 15, 20 laps. But it just came down to fuel mileage, and they didn't want Grosjean to push, and Grosjean was fine with the team result, which good for him. He finally didn't DNF this season. He actually got points to prove for how he ran. He's had a good season, but he's thrown it away in 2 of the races. I'm glad he didn't do that because I was really scared we were about to get an Ericsson win because Grosjean dumped both him and his teammate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm grown to expect. But pretty solid race. The top 10, Kyle Kirkwood, your new IndyCar Series winner. In first, Romain Grosjean in second, and Marcus Ericsson in third, rounding out the podium. Continuing throughout the top 10, Colton Herta fourth, Alex Palou fifth, Will Power with a really quiet 6th place, Felix Rosenquist 7th, Marcus Armstrong in 8th, highest finishing rookie, Joseph Newgarden 10th, and Joseph Newgarden 9th, Scott McLaughlin 10th. Pretty solid race. Then we're going to Birmingham, going to Alabama, Barber Motorsports Park next. I'm really excited for it. But my questions for you, let me pull them up real quick. I really only have one, because I could ask you, who's the next first-time winner? But I feel like we ask that every time it happens. We know the general 3 answers we're gonna say.
You're gonna say either David Malukas,
so my question is like,
Isla,
what is your guys'
Grosjean.
opinion on the Pato Award incidents and like his attitude about the incidents?
Well, he owned up to
Generally,
him.
like speaking, he was just kind of a bumper car this weekend, and he was kind of just starting crap with drivers that he didn't need to.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he deserved to like get dropped all the way down. Like some people had him like 8th in the power rankings. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, but the thing that kind of like people took away, which is kind of what I want to touch on, like in this question, is his attitude. Because after his issue with Scott Dixon, some of his issues with others, he was very unapologetic about his rough racing. pretty much like just saying that like racing incidents happen and like people race rough. But Scott Dixon was kind of saying like that's not classy. Like IndyCar's always been like this. Like, why are we kind of just like ignoring rules and kind of tweaking them because of like racing changing? That's kind of like my understanding of his take. So what are your guys' takes on kind of this like Pato Award stuff?
I mean,
Really, with any of the drivers he had beef with this week, you could name any of them.
I mean, personally, I honestly think it was a racing incident. I mean, maybe like is a racing incident with 60-40 going to Pato, honestly. Like, because it was late from Pato getting in there. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was a wrong move. I mean, Dixon was looking towards the corner most likely, so he probably didn't know Pato was going to be there. But I don't know. Like, and I mean, for like Pato, he could have waited maybe till the front stretch, but also at St. Pete, at Long Beach, it is kind of a hard track to pass on. So I can see why he went for the dive he did, because he had enough of a run and he had enough momentum going into that corner. And Scott Dixon even said it himself, like, I understand maybe why he did, because tire deg and stuff, he didn't want to be held up and and not affecting his strategy and whatever. But I think it was a racing at 60-40 Pato. That's how I feel about it. So
That's definitely understandable. I mean, Pato's been screwed at this track before. Shout out Ed Jones.
yeah.
But Tristan, what do you think about kind of like all the stuff that transpired this weekend?
It's a lot, but like it's a little overwhelming. But at this point, I feel like I'm kind of saying the exact same things as you guys. So I concur.
You can
Yeah. Just because he got in stuff, don't send death threats. Just a reminder, guys.
Look,
Go back to
I'm
when
ready.
I got death threats for saying Fernando Alonso wasn't gonna podium at Bahrain, and then the Fernando Alonso stands like sent me like pictures of bulletproof vests of telling me what to wear. I was like, okay, buddy.
Shout out to the country of Spain.
Shout out to the country of Spain for telling me that I was bald, and then me responding with a picture of me shaking my hair in front of them. Thank you.
But that's pretty much all I got for IndyCar. Jay,
I'm ready to see Scott Dixon with these gloves off, because that's what he said in the interview. He said if that's how they want us to race, it's all gloves off from here. So
I'm ready for Scott Dixon to go like this.
Yup.
All right, gloves are off, mate. I mean,
gloves off.
yeah, gloves are off. Look at my watch. Gloves are off.
Look at my watch.
oh,
Gloves
good.
off.
You know,
Gloves off. Look at my watch.
Yeah, so that might be something to look out for in Alabama in 2 weeks. But we'll keep up with that. But Jay, I believe it is time.
it's time for my favorite
Predictions.
segment.
All right, let's get into
What is
some
happening in
predictions.
my swamp?
Everyone, let's get
Shadow Wizard
into
Money Gang.
some predictions. How about it? Oh, what happened to my predictions?
We love casting
Okay,
spells.
so last week, we love catching.
What?
All right, well, we didn't do predictions last week because we didn't have an episode last week.
Nope.
So for this week, we're gonna make up a prediction this week for each of us. So down here, we're just gonna slot this in here. Because, as Tristan once said, the score is also still 4-3-3. Tristan's in the lead, me and Daniel tie.
Wait, none of us got points for Bristol Dirt.
No, that was after Bristol Dirt.
I got a point for Bristol Dirt, though. Didn't I? Because I said Seabell.
Oh, maybe I just didn't put him in. Hold on.
Yeah, I got a point for
I can
Bristol
go-
Dirt.
Here,
We'll do that after the show. We'll do that
Yeah.
post.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, but as Tristan wanted to do, who flips at Dega? So we're gonna build a little thing down here real quick to do that. But first, we're gonna give our predictions for the other series racing this weekend. So Tristan, you want to take us into NASCAR this weekend?
Hey guys, so we're going to be racing at Talladega. We have 2 series racing at Talladega, starting with the NASCAR Xfinity Series. They're going to be doing the AG Pro 300. A lot of good cars running at this one. A couple of notable entries. Jade Buford in the number 5 for Big Machine Racing is going to return. Ryan Truex is going to be in that 19. Jason White in the 13. Dexter Stacy in the 66. Mike Harmon in the 78. But I'm going to be picking Parker Kligerman. That is my pick.
Parker Kligerman. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you did get a point for Bristol Dirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in for you. And none of
Thank you,
us
sir.
got a point either. So, yeah, 5-3-3.
you.
My apologies for everybody.
Many
But
kisses.
PK Parker Kligerman. All right, Daniel.
Listen, y'all know who I'm picking.
Who are you picking?
It's a super speedway.
Oh,
NASCAR
awesome.
Xfinity Series. No. Did you forget all of 2022? Every super speedway. Who did I pick?
Oh, Jeremy Clements.
Jeremy Clements, baby. Let's go.
But you're gonna pick him, and he's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, you're right. Give me Austin Hill. I thought about it. I did think about it.
I'm cool with making our group pick Jeremy Clements if you guys want to.
That's fine with me. I don't
I'm
care.
also cool with that.
That is perfectly fine with me. But in the Xfinity series, I am going to go with. All right, I'm gonna
What
go.
does a shy guy sound like? Wow. That's what a shy guy sounds. Wow.
I'm gonna go with Sam Mayer.
That's a good pick.
Valid.
I like that. That's valid.
Sam Mayer. So that's how I'm gonna go with. Let's do it. Sam Mayer.
All right, let's do it. Cup Series, guys. Cup Series action at Talladega. My first pick. We get 2 picks. First pick, I'm going with Big Bad Brad Keselowski,
BK6.
the 10-time winner himself.
Next up.
And then my second pick is his former teammate, Ryan Blaney.
RB12. Daniel.
RB12.
Daniel.
Okay. It's a super speedway.
Yeah.
I'm going for Melon Man. Ross Chastain.
So he's gonna
Ross.
wreck the whole field.
He's either going to wreck everyone or, like last year, be really clean and just kind of win randomly.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But then my wild card, I'm going the man who was one bad block away from winning this race. I was disappointed in him earlier in this episode,
Really,
but I'm
Troy?
going Eric Jones.
No, Eric Jones.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm disappointed in him, but he's a very depends on the track driver, and he's good on super speedways. He should have won last year. I need my playoff prediction to be correct. Let's be real.
I need my playoff prediction to be correct.
There you go.
Okay. For me, my first pick, I'm gonna go with Joey Logano. My next pick I'm gonna go with is going to be Bill Byron.
Bill by the
And
science
you want to know
guy.
why? You want to know why? You want to know
Byron
why I didn't choose Ross Chastain?
Why?
Because I think he's gonna be the one to flip.
Oh my gosh. The one car going over.
Who you got to flip, Tristan?
I got a feeling, woo-hoo, that the 14 of Chase Briscoe's taking a tumble at
Interesting.
Talladega.
Daniel.
I have a sneaky suspicion Riley Herbst will be flipping.
Oh, you're going Xfinity. Interesting.
No, he's doing Cup.
Oh, is he?
He's doing-
15 car.
Oh, okay.
Rick Ware Racing,
However,
baby. Going
Guys,
for a
I do
flip.
want to say really quickly, none of us want any of these drivers to wreck.
No.
It is just a theme over the past couple seasons that in odd years, a driver's flipped to Talladega. Brendan Gaughan, Joey Logano, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Busch. It goes back, and all the way to like the 2013 season. So when Tony Stewart went over. So it happens every 2 years, and we don't want any of these drivers to flip, but it does seem to happen. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to get points. We just want points. And then Jeremy Clemens is the group pick.
Yeah. So there's our picks. Jeremy Clements.
Ooh, I've got an offer for something else to add for just like an extra point this week, since we didn't have any last week.
What's
Okay.
Unexpected driver to get a top 5.
Todd Gilliland.
Yeah, we could do that.
Toddy.
The
Toddy.
Todd squad.
Or we could go a driver like maybe a Ryan Preece.
Oh, are you talking about for the group pick?
Oh
No,
no,
for the
no,
top 5
like
unexpected top 5. I'd like to do that every week. I think that'd be cool. An extra point for like each person. I'm gonna go Todd Gilliland.
hey, but you know what? I'm gonna go take this B real quick, because once again it happened in the episode,
I
and
didn't
I'm
see
the
it.
one who caught it finally.
I didn't even see it. Here, I'm gonna make my screen look super dope. I'm gonna like have the episode kind of like in the background.
Y'all put me on the spot with this.
Smile, boys.
My unexpected top 5. If y'all don't think this is unexpected, you can tell me and I'll flip it. I'm gonna say Eric Almirola.
I mean, he got a top 5 last weekend, so
Yeah, but he's
Okay.
also like very low in points.
it's true.
That and he's good on super speedways too, though. So
Okay, so do you guys want to veto that? I can pick somebody else.
No, you're
I know.
good. I mean, it's your pick.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going Kyle Busch.
I think Chase Elliott.
You said Chase Elliott. I'll put Chase Elliott down for you.
No. I put Todd Gilliland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's
Todd
he's
Gilliland.
ripping the Todd father.
I'm a front row motorsports stan.
We know,
We
bud.
know.
Always has been.
I guess.
And
for
they have
me-
3 cars this weekend, so like
I guess for me, I'm gonna go. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Austin Hill in Cup in the 62.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot
this
about
is his Cup
that.
Series debut.
No, not true.
Nah. He raced last year at Michigan.
Last year, Michigan, baby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember
Second
you
We
one.
asked
talked
him that.
to him
I'm like,
about
I
it.
know.
We talked to him
We
about
did
it.
talk to him about
Yeah.
it. I forgot about that.
He
I
tried
remember-
saying Sheldon would run it.
Fun fact: when we were talking to Austin Creed and Sheldon Creed about the RCR announcement, I was like, "So your silhouette's there, right?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. That could be Sheldon." And I was like, "So like, what number?" He was 33. It made me laugh.
Shout out to the RCR Xfinity boys, some of the nicest drivers in the Cup or in the NASCAR.
Yeah, Paddock
Yeah, I
Garage.
was gonna say the realm, but that felt too official.
The realm.
The NASCAR
Dude.
realm.
This episode has been so unhinged. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
We took a week off and just decided our minds were not
Dude,
gonna work.
I'm so tired. My body is hurting. That's like kind of like what's going on. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Indy Boys, #1 podcast in the world. We really appreciate you guys checking out our show. If you're going to be at the Indy 500 test this weekend, give us a tweet at Indy Boys Podcast, and we'll go see ya. If you're the first person to meet us on Friday, we'll do this on Friday. First person to see us on Friday between 10 to 4, you'll get a free certified Dalton Kellett moment hat. So,
And if you find one of us on Thursday, you get a free crisp high five.
Or a picture
with
or
that.
something.
and we'll
Or-
take a
yeah,
picture
yeah,
or whatever you want.
So-
Super fun. So thanks for watching us on the show, guys. Sign off for Tristan Grider, Daniel Shaney, and Justin Cox. Have a good one. Many kisses. Peace!